There's a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello, and
We are back.
and they're going.
Yeah,
You can hear them.
we got live action in the background.
Heck yeah, we do.
Man.
Now? What's the class of these here?
This is what is this, limited?
Sportsman
This
class.
is sportsman.
So these look like little NASCARs for everybody.
Right.
If you can't see them, which I don't know with the glares and everything, lighting, all that. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, they look like little NASCARs.
What did you think about that sprint car race?
That was fun.
Wasn't it? Well, we have
That was the one I was live on.
we had Chris Hogue and Matt Hilbert
And they were
battling
going at
out
it.
for the lead.
They were going at
They
it.
were trading it back and forth. Hogue got her loose off of 4 a couple times, spun her out. Hilbert got back around, and then on the restart, Hogue got back around. That was good racing.
Hogue ended up taking it, didn't
Yes,
he?
yes,
I thought
yes.
so, yeah. So yeah,
That was the
this is-
first 35-lap heat race.
Ooh,
Oh, we got a
did you-
yellow. We got a
Did
yellow.
you hear that?
Yeah, somebody just thumped the wall.
I heard that one. I got headphones on. Scott's laughing. I heard
that
one
through the headphones.
headphones.
That was a thumper. Was that
was a-
Kyle Larson?
That was right. Sure sounded like it. Wow. So someone might need to adjust something.
We are under caution, folks.
And wait, it got quiet. I thought it went red. It didn't.
No, it went
They're
under
back.
caution.
They're back. All right. I haven't
We are
heard of that.
green,
thud yet
back to
until just
racing
then.
action.
No thuds until just then.
So, Tommy Boy, what do you think so far, buddy?
This is fun. We will definitely. I've said it multiple times. We will definitely be back out.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to
To,
come out in September for the what did they say?
Was
The
it-
Tri-City race.
Yeah.
It's a national event.
And so here's another thing I didn't realize. Mr. Rance was filling us in. There's a lot of people that traveled here today.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got people from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kentucky.
Those are my people
Michigan.
because they're probably Packer fans, so they're all right in my
Oh,
book.
yeah, exactly. Right here. But yeah, so the fact that people are traveling
Yeah.
to do this, I mean, it's fun, guys.
Well, and it works both ways too, because Scott and Matt Graves, which are right over there standing next to us, they were talking about how the
They
group
travel.
from Ingalls travels to other tracks to
Exactly,
race.
and they travel fairly well. They say.
Yeah,
So
they have the Ingalls compound, as they call it.
right, like 5 or 6 of the guys just
Yeah.
stacked up next to each
All
other,
their
helping
trailers
each other
parked
out.
and pop-ups everywhere. It's like pop-up city.
Exactly, and I'm sure they wouldn't come on camera and say it. They seem like humble people,
Right,
but it seems like they're bringing home hardware every time.
right.
So these guys know how to do it out here. They breed speed
Hold on.
here at the.
Hey, Scott, Matt, one of you guys want to get on? Oh, Scott's going to get on.
Scott's going to get on here. Is he going to sit on your lap?
No.
Oh, I thought he was going to sit down on your lap there. We are in the presence of greatness now. Scott Rance, how are you doing, sir?
Dude, I am doing awesome. How about yourself?
I am fantastic. This is the president, am I correct there?
Yes, sir.
Of the Speedway here. Sorry, I keep saying Raceway. I apologize. But this is fun, sir. This is fun.
That's why we do it, man.
Thank you so much for having us out. We
Hey,
appreciate
I'm glad
it.
you guys came.
So and give us a little tidbit of what's going on back here. We got the sportsman class going on.
Well, you got this seat so far down.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I
yes,
feel.
dude, I mean, come on. You're also like 2 feet taller than I am. So. But I can hear myself, so leave me alone.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. We're good enough.
Yeah, we're good enough.
So yeah, you got the sportsman class back
Right
here.
now, the sportsman class is running their first heat of the day. They've already had their time qualifying, which is how they set the heats up. So they're having their first heats of the day, and then we'll take a little bit of break, resort the heats, and then all classes will run their second heat.
So when you say resort the heat, that's what you were talking about
Yeah.
a little earlier. They just kind of invert them, right?
They set the heats up by lap times. We have a 5-minute qualifying session and try to go as fast as you can.
Right.
And that's how this, the fastest guys on the pole starts front. And then in the second set of heats, they're just inverted. Guys first will start last, and then so forth and so on.
Awesome.
So the guy is stuck in the middle. He's kind of just stuck in the middle.
Well, hey, I guess that's his fault for putting it there, right?
Yeah.
So these are, like I said many times, I mean, they're fun, they're interesting, they're fast.
Yes.
A lot faster than I thought they would be out here. You said earlier. Now, not this track because this is a.
Yeah,
we have the
smallest track in the country.
Oh, this is the smallest.
This is the smallest one.
Okay,
yes.
so this is the Bristol.
The
or
Bristol, exactly. That's
the
why it's
Martinsville.
what do they call Bristol? Mini Madhouse.
The Mini Madhouse.
That's why we're called the Mini Madhouse.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
But
Boom! Look at
we
that.
are the second oldest club in the country.
So that is, and this has gone on for a long time. So
yes,
I mean,
yes.
that's saying quite a bit there.
IQSR has been in existence since 1988. And
I've been in existence since 1988.
Yeah, just a
we
baby,
are
man.
We are the same age. That
Just
makes
a
me feel
baby.
good.
But the way I understand the history was they bounced around a little bit. They raced up in Kokomo for a while. They raced out to the Indiana State Fairgrounds at that quarter midget track that's there, and they finally ended up somehow got into Park at Ingalls, and we've been here for I think close to 17 years. I think now.
So now you've been the president for 2. So how did you yourself get into this?
How did I get? I blame it.
Who are you blaming now?
Well, it all starts with Jerry Morgan. He's the one we all blame for because he's the one that got into it about 6 years ago, and then he got Chris and Mark Hogue into it, and we all raced at a place called Our Car at the Marion County Fairgrounds years ago, Carpet, and that's how we kind of met all these people.
Carpet track?
Yeah, Carpet track.
Oh wow, that's even more interesting. I'm learning things constantly.
It was at the time,
right?
It was awesome at the time. But they all kind of moved to the quarter scale because at Marion County Fairgrounds they have it's like a tri-oval go-kart track.
Okay.
So they started racing the quarter scales out there, and it took me a few more years until I actually got into the quarter scale stuff. But Mark Hogue let me drive one of his cars.
I'm sure that was fast. I've been looking at these up here.
It was. I drive somebody else's car and it's hooked up, and I'm running lap time just as fast as anybody else the first time out. I'm thinking, yeah, this is easy.
You're right. Yeah, exactly.
So I go and I find me a car, and then we get it put together, and yeah,
not so easy.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
That's kind of that Ferrari figure there. So
yeah.
you put a driver in a Ferrari, he's okay. You put him in a Williams now, and it's
a
little rocky.
Yeah.
So,
like,
but yeah.
But
and it's funny. So I say that because it relates so much. I mean, people think RCs, and me myself. You didn't think there was that much, technicality or that much differse in the car itself.
These cars are as close to a real car as you can get.
It's outstanding.
They have the 4 coil oil filled shocks, independent suspensions. They're just they rubber tires. The hardest thing I had to learn to go from carpet to the quarter scale stuff is how the tires react.
Okay.
When you first go out, the tire's cold. I mean, it's just like a real race car. The tires are cold, no grip.
Right.
So you're thinking, oh, my car is like, tub of whatever. And, but then about 10 laps in, the heat starts coming in. It's like, oh, I can drive this. And
sure.
then, you get closer to the end of that main at the 150 laps, and it's like they start getting a little greasy again. And so you got to adapt the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Carpet oval was just, hammer down, turn left, and try to be as consistent as you can. I mean, I get the draw to that because I had it at one time. I don't think I could do it.
You just want a little more after.
I don't think I could do it after I've done these things.
Absolutely. No.
So,
then we got Howdy in the background, video bombing us there. But so I guess, how did you take over Ingalls here then? Who are you gonna blame on that one?
I'm gonna blame the whole club on that one.
All righty. All right. So
I'll just
you're the
leave it
guy
at that.
that's got the stuff together.
Or
you're the guy crazy enough to take it over.
I think I'm crazy. The one crazy enough.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're doing a great job here. I mean, from what I've seen, like I said, we hopped out of our car today, and you have welcomed us with open arms.
Well, we try to do that. I mean, we got guys today from different. See, this is the home track at WCM because, of course, they're based in Indianapolis, and this is our
WCM standing for
Winter Circle Manufacturer.
Okay,
I think something like that. But we got guys here that are run different manufacturers, but they come all the way down from Wisconsin. We got people from Kentucky. We got people from Ohio. We got people from northern Indiana, way past Fort Wayne.
Right. See, and you were talking about that, and that another thing that just blew my mind here today was I thought this was all kind of local and guys like Chris from close by, but yeah, it's incredible.
I mean, our core group of guys, are here. There's like 4 or 5 of us that are here, like me and Matt Graves and Chris Stump and the Hogues, of course. And But like Tony and John Walker, and there's Tony's brother Justin is starting racing today for the first time. They're from Louisville, Kentucky. The Matt and Greg Hilber come down from Wisconsin, which we affectionately call, Southern Canada, but and it's just the tracks are few and far between. We are basically right in the middle of a whole bunch of tracks.
Okay.
Per se. I mean, there's one in Lansing, Michigan. There's one in Rockford, Illinois, or Machesney Park, Illinois, which is on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin. There's one in Algona, Iowa. There's one in Dallas, Texas. There's one in Boulder, Nevada, which I got to get to that one because I've seen videos and racing with mountains in the background. It's got to be pretty neat.
Yeah, I was talking to Mark up there about that.
And,
it sounds
there's track down in Florida. There's LPR down in Montgomery, Alabama. So I mean the tracks aren't really close. So if you want to go to a different track, like for me, I live in Brownsburg, Indiana, so I can drive to Lansing, 4-hour drive, race all day, drive home. I can make it a day thing. There is a track in Ravenna, Ohio, which is by Cleveland. There's a lot of tracks around. They're just kind of far apart.
So I mean, obviously, you guys aren't in the same league. I guess I don't know how to classify that. You guys run the same type of the cars, the class there. But how do you find out about these different races going on at the different tracks?
Honestly, it's pretty much QSAC, Auto Club, I think is what it stands for.
Okay.
They're like the national.
Okay.
And we abide by their rules.
I got you.
And it's a kind of an insurance thing also. But they have a website, and we run by their rules. But basically, most of it's online on Facebook.
Okay, so they'll post something like you.
I mean, we have IQSR has a Facebook page, and I post the schedule on it and what the happenings. Matt Graves helps me out with that.
Sure.
And we post a lot there, and I post in the Great Lakes Quarter Scale Racers, which is from Lansing. They have a Facebook page, so we'll post on there. It's like, hey, guys, we're racing this weekend. Come on down.
So you're getting a lot of this is word of mouth, then.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean, another thing that's just fantastic. I mean, it's community. You guys are showing you're doing this all by word of mouth and bringing these guys from 5 states. And it just gets bigger from what I hear, and that's incredible. You guys are doing
it's extremely too much fun,
right?
I mean,
no, I'm having too much fun sitting back here and watching it. So.
The way I always describe it to people, I mean, it's the most fun I've ever had RC car racing, and I've been doing it off and on for 30 years. Mm-hmm. But it's also the most frustrating.
Right,
your car could be great in the morning practice, and you come out and in the afternoon, and it's just bad.
Right, and that it's racing, right?
I mean, you don't touch the thing, and it's like, oh, I'm not going to touch it. It's fine. I'm not going to make adjustments. It's like, yeah, this is horrible now.
Right, yeah, it ran so good in the morning, but then you come out and the track temperature's a little different, or something like that. It's racing. It's crazy.
The motors are just Zenoa 23cc 2-cycle motors. They're basically weed eater.
And it does. I mean, it sounds like it, but it's still. I mean, they're flying around this track.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, I kind of cut away, but you said earlier you can get these up to 88 miles an hour.
Yeah,
they've been clocked. I mean, that's flying for
tracks like Clover and some of the other ones are just very large tracks. You can get them 80, 85.
Do they ever take off?
No.
It's okay. So they are weighted down.
They will do endos, and we were racing at Killcare last year, Killcare Raceway, which is by Dayton, Ohio, and I forget who put me on my lid. I think it might have even been Matt Graves.
we won't name drop anything, right?
And it's a big joke between me and Matt about concourse and this and that because my bodies are always, I guess, a little bit above average. But I finally won concourse, and we went out to practice right after concourse was over, and I don't think it was Matt, but somebody put me on my lid, and I slid all the way down the backstretch and just totally destroyed my body.
Perfect. Yeah, it makes for a good paint job, right?
But I got the plaque.
Hey, that's what counts there.
It's like if I can't win, I might as well look good.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Well, Scott, thank you so much for having us out. It sounds like we got another one about to go live here, so we'll take a break here, and we'll check out some racing. And like I said, thank you so much. We really
I'm glad you guys are here. I mean, hopefully there's some people, some quarter scale people. I put it out there as much as I could.
Absolutely.
You guys are going to be here. And I know
and guys, we will definitely, we're going to post the remaining schedule on the Checkers and Wreckers page. We will constantly be updating.
Hopefully you guys
Ingalls Speedway. Say that again. The tri-state race, when is that?
The IR or it's IRA. It's International Race or Interstate Racing Association now.
The IRA race. So give us a little bit about that. Then,
that's probably the largest right now series in the country, other than the Nationals. And we run first races in Algona, Iowa, June, and then we go from there to, I don't know, it's posted, but there's 4 sites right now as of right now.
And you are one of them here?
One of them's here. We're the last race of the season, so
ooh, that's going to be an exciting one.
Yes.
Do you guys ever get a little testy out here? I know you probably try to keep it to a minimal out here,
I'm
but
going to say
we might see a little tempers there that night, right? Get exciting?
You can see people get upset, but
yeah.
No,
you're getting pointed at.
Don't even point at me, dude. Have you ever seen me come after a driver? Have you seen me throw my car? Have you seen me throw my car? You know what, Chris? When I was doing the 10 scale, throwing the car was cool. Trying to throw a 30-pound quarter scale,
not
so
easy.
Cool.
Huh?
No, about took my arm off when I did it once.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but no. Usually these guys, there's only about 400 people that do this in the country, and even though there's a lot of rivalries, we got a new WCM sprint car coming out, and there's been some really good sprint cars that have been out there that are really good, and that's going to create some rivalries there, which is a good thing. I think it helps the sport grow. J.R. Parsley did have he was basically the instigator for WCM to getting back into the sprint car game. Unfortunately, JR passed away middle of February and never got a chance to run. JR was called the tube. What was it? The tube chassis tear or something like that, because
tube chassis tear.
Well, the new sprint cars that are out now are flat chassis. They're flat. They don't look like real sprint cars.
Right.
I mean, they look like it, but the frames don't. So he was always animate. It's like I'm running tubes, man.
Yeah.
I want to look like, because JR raced sprint cars when he was younger. He raced quarter midgets. He raced horses. He was a jockey.
He did about all of it.
I mean, this man was awesome, and it just saddens me that the fact that he never got a chance to run the new cars.
Right.
But it was basically him harping on Chris Hogue for years to build a new sprint car.
Yeah.
And so he did have a big hand in it. And,
nice. And I mean, that's the innovation of these RC cars. There's so much. Like I've said, I'm gonna post pictures. I've been running around here taking pictures of the tire warmers.
Yeah, the tire warmers.
I mean, I think it's so cool. I really do. I think it's the neatest thing in the world.
Well, it's like on a day like today, that might help for 5 or 6 laps. But in 2 weeks when we come back, it may be 40 degrees.
Exactly.
So then, you want to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, as a whole group, we all get along, whether we're WCM drivers or Vision drivers or TNT drivers or whatever we drive, we all get along pretty well.
Yeah, and I've stressed that multiple times. It is a community out here, and you guys really treat everybody.
Us Ingalls guys, we are a close knit group. We travel to the Nationals and the RL races, and I mean, we travel better than any club in the country. I mean, there'll be the one race at Kilcare last year. We were half the entries. That's how many of us went. That's nice. Again, to see you guys travel too. We have a blast. Yeah, exactly. I mean, so real quick for everybody watching, how much does it cost to get in here and watch us? Nothing.
Nothing, guys.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Full racing excitement here. Come check it out. Support local. Like I said, it doesn't even cost anything. Just come out here, talk with the guys, watch the racing. Maybe throw a donation this way, because I mean,
have a good lunch.
Yeah, have a good lunch. Maybe pitch in. It's a good little pitch in here. I'm bringing something next time. I'm gonna have some fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
But Scott, thank you so much again.
More than welcome. Thanks for coming. Hopefully
absolutely. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be out here. We appreciate you watching. Scott is.
I watch all the time. Man.
He does, and Scott mentioned us switching seats.
I mean, he's on the bathroom.
He's exactly right. It's great material for that. Well, thank you again. We'll have a great one, and we look forward to a little more racing here. So.
All right, man. We're getting ready to start the second heats.
Sounds good. Thanks, Scott.
Talk